What's up, guys? It's Wally. Today we're going to be doing some battles with the Coaching Scrafty. So even though we've used Mean Shao on this channel before to be able to go with coaching into gouging fire, I thought it'd be pretty cool to end up using Scrafty too because it has a couple other benefits to it. I mean, it does have the ability Intimidate, and as we've seen from Incineroar, Gyarados in the past, as well as Landorus, Intimidate is a really incredible ability that's always useful on any team. Plus, with the ability to go with Fake Out and potentially Upper Hand, it's nice because you have a couple priority moves there. Now, of course, the downside with Upper Hand is the fact that you do kind of have to guess when another Pokemon is going to use priority on you as well, or else it ends up failing. But it's kind of like the same thing with Sucker Punch, where you kind of have to guess who's going to end up going with a move into you. Now, of course, if they do have someone who stops priority, it's not going to be something you're going to be able to use anyways, but still, it's a possibility out there for a lot of the priority mons. Now, I will say, though, I'm not the biggest fan of Upper Hand, but this was my first opportunity to really get a chance to use it, so I thought it'd be cool to end up using it on Scrafty. But part of the reason why I don't think that it's really that great of a move is the fact that, obviously, yes, you do kind of have to guess what Pokemon is going to end up using a priority move on you, or if they even have a priority move. However, a lot of the Pokemon that you're looking to actually hit with the Upper Hand to be able to fake them out, essentially, and make them flinch, actually have Inner Focus. I mean, if you look at Entei and Dragonite, I mean, 9 times out of 10 now, Dragonite has Inner Focus as opposed to Multiscale. So, unfortunately, you're not going to get that Fake Out. You're just going to get a move into it that's going to do a little bit of damage. And even though Upper Hand has a pretty decent base power, it's not something that's going to end up knocking out, one of them before they're able to use, extreme speed. I mean, unless, of course, they are almost knocked out, then maybe it will. However, if it's not down yet and it's at full health, yeah, you're still going to end up taking an extreme speed. So that benefit from Upper Hand really kind of gets negated against those Pokemon. And again, those are the two that are most likely to use something like extreme speed. Now, of course, if you use it into something that has priority like Chien-Pao, of course you're going to have something that's a 4x effective move. However, the other downside too is the fact that one of the more common Terra types on Chien-Pao is the Ghost type. And if you end up going Upper Hand into it when it goes Sucker Punch, yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to hit it because it's going to be a Ghost type. So again, a lot of drawbacks to using Upper Hand, but again, it's the first chance that I had to be able to use it, so I thought it'd be cool to slap it on Scrafty and see if it ends up working. Now, if we don't use Fake Out or Upper Hand, our other attacking move is Knock Off, and that's nice because that's going to be able to knock off the item that the Pokemon has, and obviously that's beneficial if they have something like a Rocky Helmet, Clear Amulet, or something like that. So that's always a beneficial move to have, and of course, like I said before, it is going to be a coaching Scrafty, so we have that coaching to be able to go into Rillaboom, Iron Hands, and Baxcalibur. And that's going to make these really strong physical attackers even stronger and even more bulky from a physical standpoint. So I think Scrafty is going to be a really great Pokemon to have on this team. And yes, it does have the Focus Sash, despite the fact that it does have some really good defense and special defense. However, what I found out is against Flutter Mane and against something like a Single Strike Urshifu or even a Rapid Strike if they end up going with like a close combat, you're not really going to survive a lot of those matchups. And yes, you can always Terrestrialize into Poison, but if it is like the first turn of the battle, sometimes you don't really want to commit your Terror right away. So Focus Sash was the way to kind of really mitigate that. So I think it's going to be a really fun team. I haven't really play tested it yet, so let's get into it. So we'll get into the battles, but before we do, as always, if you guys are new here just having chat, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. But let's get into the battles. Now, even though it looks like they have a way to stop priority, obviously with the Psychic Terrain, still think that I'm going to end up starting with Scrafty as well as, honestly, probably Iron Hands. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna change my mind. Here's what I'm gonna do. No, I'm gonna still stick with that. Let's go Scrafty, Iron Hands. I'll have Rillaboom in the back, and lastly, I think I'm gonna bring Flutter Mane too. Good thing is if they end up putting up the Tailwind, which is part of the reason why I was going to start Flutter Mane. However, if they end up going Tornadus and Urshifu, I think we'd be in some trouble. But I was going to say what we could do is we could always put up Trick Room when they put up Tailwind and then end up taking the... But obviously that's not going to be the case anyways. So, downside here is we do not get a Fake Out from either of these guys. However, we do get a free coaching, essentially. And that is actually going to be extremely nice. Let's do that, and I'm gonna try to Drain Punch over there. Okay, well, never mind. Who are we Drain Punching then? Ah, okay, well, that ain't gonna do much. At least that Follow Me helps, though. That's fine. We'll get the coaching. And now we are +1 in attack and defense, which, unfortunately, the defense ain't gonna help us too much against these guys, but still nice to have regardless, you know? Ooh, Rocky Helmet, though. That's not ideal. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna switch Scrafty out for Rillaboom here. Then I'm gonna Terrastalize into Fire just to avoid a Steel move, or not a Steel. I'm sorry, a Fairy move here. And let's go for the Heavy Slam too. If they do end up going for a Follow Me, I still think that the Heavy Slam's gonna do some good damage, but this will be a good way to change terrain too. Oh yeah, and that's us Terrastalizing. That's gonna be like, oh no, which one of them is Terrastalizing? But no, never mind. Good, that'll take away again the Fairy move here, which will be really nice. Please tell me it's just Dazzling Gleam. Cool. Nice. And even though Rillaboom takes some pretty big damage there, we're still able to knock them out with a Heavy Slam. I still think we would have gotten that even without the coaching, but even so, with that coaching, we were able to kind of guarantee it there. Alright, now, I'm guessing this might be... Yeah, I was going to say probably going to be Goodra. It's fine. We're going to go High Horsepower. We're also going to go Drain Punch, too. Now, they may end up Terrastalizing here, and... Yeah, unfortunately, potentially into Fairy. We'll see, though. So that means that they are more than likely Sap Sipper. But the good news to that, though, is the fact that they then would be able to be critted. And this is probably going to take care of hands. Oh, thank you very much. I love that AV, man. That always comes in handy. Oh, the double accuracy drop. That's bad. But at least we hit the Drain Punch, and my goodness, man, that's some damn good damage right there. Now, if only I had a Mon that had Water Absorb, like something like Ogerpon, but... obviously not the case. That's okay, though. That's okay. I'm gonna go for the Grassy Glide over there. And I think I'll just deal with potentially losing hands. It's not ideal. Oh, why am I going Grassy Glide? My bad. No, I want to go High Horsepower. Again, I'm almost getting in that mindset of, oh, they're not Sap Sipper. Yeah, they probably are. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Wood Hammer over there. I'm going to try for a Drain Punch. They could miss a Muddy Water. That's fine. We kind of knew that was going to happen. No. That accuracy drop is really rough. And they hit the Muddy Water, too. Wow. That's alright, hand still hangs in there, and I appreciate that a lot. Now let's hope we can pick up a KO right here. Nice. His accuracy's down, but at least he can actually hit a move. Way to go, hands. Now Rocky, at least it still hangs in there thanks to the damage healing, so That's good, as opposed to something like a close combat. It's fair, though, and now we have terrain. So let's go back out with Scrafty here. And if they have a Fake Out Mon, we can always go with the upper hand. I don't remember what they have. Oh, that's going to be not fun. That'll be alright, though, because what we're going to end up doing... I wonder if it's even going to be worth it to go for the Fake Out over there. It might not even be worth it. But we're still going to do it anyways, so let's do that, and let's try to go for the Wild Charge up there. They could potentially have Protect. Good damage on that, too. Ah, the crit. Missed one, but critted on the other, so I guess it kind of evens out there. But that's right, here's the positive thing. Positive thing is the fact that... we do have Flutter Mane, but we also have Sash. So here's the thing, is we know we're going to outspeed them over there if they don't go Tailwind. If they do go Tailwind, Scrafty gets brought down to its Sash. So here's what we're going to do, is we're going to go for the knockoff over there. I'm going to go for the Protect. Because if they go Tailwind Heavy Slam, I don't know if Scrafty's going to be able to pick it up themselves. If they don't, they just go Bleak Wind, though. That's fair. That'll be brought down to Sash then. Oh, not even. Let's go. I love that special defense. We'll get the knockoff. They're donezo. And now all they have to do is just hit 2 more Bleak Wind Storms. But I think we might be able to still take care of it with Flutter Mane first. Yeah, and again, the main reason for that was because if they were going to go with the Tailwind, well, I still think we might have been able to outspeed them, if I'm being completely honest with you, but still, I guess better safe than sorry in that instance. So let's go knockoff. Let's go for Shadow Ball, mainly because Shadow Ball has that chance. Oh. But it has that chance, has that chance of dropping special defense, and that would be a big help too. But honestly, I think one Shadow Ball, if it doesn't knock out, will bring it down to the red. Oh, okay, maybe not. Either way, though, that is still within range to be able to KO. Yeah, and they don't have a tear or anything like that, so there we go. Should be able to pick it up, even if they hit this. Wow, that's just bad luck, man. I am so sorry. But even if they hit that Bleak Wind Storm right there, we still would have hung in there. It doesn't matter. Either way, though, at least that coaching went into Iron Hands and actually got some, oh, poor guy, actually got some really good use, too. But still, really glad that we were able to actually use the coaching in that one. No upper hand in that one, but hopefully in this next battle. Good game. Well, looks like we're staring down Trick Room here. Which, yeah, isn't ideal by any means, but you have Flutter Mane there with Trick Room itself to be able to kind of reverse it. So we'll have Flutter Mane out there. Seems ridiculous, but probably with Glimmora. And then I'm going to bring Scrafty. I think I'm going to go with Baxcalibur, too. Ice will be good against a bunch of them, and then the good thing, too, is with the fire, even though it's going to be really strong, and it's not like we absorb the damage from it, but at least we would get a +1 to our attack with the thermal exchange. So that's always a positive. Oh, awesome. Cool. Not ideal there, to be honest with you. It's alright, here's what we're going to end up doing. I'll go with the Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to Terrastalize into Grass just to take away the chance for us to get Spored. And also to take away our weakness to Psychic. And let's go in there with a Sludge Bomb. I think that's going to be our strongest move. And again, a chance to actually poison as well, which is actually going to be extremely helpful. Now the Grass is going to be horrible. Don't get me wrong, against something like the... come on. Yes! Let's go! The crit helping us out! But against something like Torkoal, but... Again... Yeah, of course it's going to be them. I Terrastalized the wrong one, Grass. But that's okay, though. We'll be okay. And it's really not that big of a deal. Now that can be. Let's go that, and I'm gonna go Energy Ball. Because that Rage Powder ain't gonna do anything now. I will say though, they may just Terrastalize into the normal here. Yeah, that's what they are. So maybe Sludge Bomb would have been better, but at least they have the same power. It's just that Sludge Bomb had the chance to poison. But again, if they didn't Terrastalize, then we would have been a little less away, you know? Yeah, they'll probably actually go, Pollen Puff? Please do at least half. Thank you. Hold on to your hats. This is going to do a lot of damage. Yep. Hey, got a little Life Orb. However... we will definitely take that. Yep, that'll bring us down. Oh my goodness. I'm glad we had that berry. Alright, so let's try to preserve Glimmora here for whoever comes out next. Probably going to be Mean Chow, wow. Scrafty, probably going to be Scrafty. Let's go Spiky Shield. Let's hope we can wake up and actually do some pretty good damage before we get knocked out to a Hyper Voice. Okay, so I think they want to just take care of it with the Pollen Puff. But that gives Flutter Mane one more opportunity to wake up. I'm more than okay with that. And again, with Scrafty and Baxcalibur in the back, with the coaching and just strong-ass moves, we're going to be okay, I think. I think we're going to be okay. Let's go Dazzling. Yeah. And let's just go, let's try to go Sludge Bomb over there, too. Okay, who are we trying to poison, then? Okay, we're good. We're fine. Wow, full sleep. Okay, that's not ideal. Good stuff. And the poison, that is honestly extremely huge. But we get lost there. Which is unfortunate, but realistically, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Yeah, especially with that poison, they only have like 2 turns left. Let's go into Scrafty here. Honestly, Baxcalibur would be a better one to go out with, but let's go with that. Flutter Mane should be able to wake up. Yeah, let's go Shadow Ball over there, because we are waking up on this one, and let's fake out the Mushroom. Ah, the Rocky Helmet. That's fine. We still take them out. I know I said they only had 2 turns left, but honestly, taking an Eruption, or not an Eruption, because that would have been way too weak, but like a Heat Wave, Flamethrower, whatever it may be, it would have been some serious trouble for the both of them, and I don't want to just leave it up to Bax. So we go Dazzling. And we're going to be going with the knockoff over there. No coaching on this one, but that's going to be okay. And again, we have Baxcalibur in the back. That's fine. Not a big deal. We're at least going to be able to knock off the Rocky Helmet, though. Not that it's really going to affect anyone except for Scrafty. Good damage. Love that. Oh, they were... Okay. Fair enough. I understand that. I've done that before, too. But let's go Pollen Puff. Did I say Pollen Puff? I meant Dazzling Gleam. But instead, I'm just going to go Shadow Ball over there. And, I wonder if the knockoff would actually KO. I think that's a dumb idea. But in all honesty, we have Baxcalibur in the back. I kind of want to see what this is going to do. This is a good challenge, because I know they have pretty good physical defense. I'm just curious to see what a knockoff would do over there. Yeah. Well, looks like we're never going to find out. That's alright. You know what? Even if we both would have got knocked off, or knocked out, pardon me, Baxcalibur was going to be able to pick that up in the back. That wasn't going to be much of an issue at all. So, despite the fact that, again, it's not like Scrafty had a big part in that game, but still, having that in the back to be able to kind of fake out, or potentially go with the knockoff to obviously get rid of, like, Rocky Helmet or stuff like that, was really beneficial and allowed us to get the win. Good game. It looks like we are facing a little bit of Intimidate pressure here, as well as a little bit of Tailwind. But if they start Tailwind, I think that's where Flutter Mane is going to come in handy, because then we'll actually be able to reverse that. I know I was a little nervous on that the last time, but in all honesty, if I go Flutter Mane and Iron Hands, although I don't know if Iron Hands would actually be faster than like Incineroar. That's okay though. We'll be fine. Let's go Iron Hands and Flutter Mane. Now let's bring Scrafty as well as Baxcalibur in the back. I think Baxcalibur is going to be really good for, obviously, Landorus. Also, they're flying as well. But the reason why we're not starting Baxcalibur is because, I mean, I guess two reasons. Number one, we don't want to get intimidated off the bat. And number two, because I kind of want to see them commit a Terra before they bring Tornadus out there. Alright, well, that's not ideal. Well, okay, well that's going to be a big problem, actually. This is tough, because I bet you that Flutter Mane's going to be faster. I'm gonna go for the Shadow Ball over there just in case they don't Terrastalize. And I'm gonna fake out over there too. There's this, yeah, they're gonna go into Fairy. That's okay though. Kinda knew that was gonna happen, but we can, like I said before, we really wanted to just make it so that they committed their Terra. That's gonna be the important thing, because if they did bring Landorus, that goes down to 1 Ice Shard. So we're good. Yeah. Please tell me... Okay, well that's fine. We should survive this then. Yep, we sure do. Even with the crit on Flutter. Wow. Good stuff. Good. Now the good thing about that is the fact that now they do end up going down to an Ice Shard. So let's protect... I'm gonna try for the Heavy Slam over there. Oh, maybe we should have just went for the Drain Punch then. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we should have just went for a Drain Punch. Yeah, this isn't going to do much, but it really isn't going to be bad either. We're much heavier. Yeah, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all, actually. So, They may go Parting Shot this time, though. But I'm going to go Baxcalibur in case they end up going for another Flare Blitz. And in case they end up going for a... in case they end up going for, like, Tailwind and Parting Shots. Let's go for the Wild Charge up there. Let's see. Good. That's going to be Flare Blitz. No, going Knockoff. Rough. That is actually really bad, if I'm being completely honest with you. That's alright. At least we knock out one of their threats, too. Even though they were able to get the Tailwind up. But, it's going to be okay. I think of their 2 remaining Pokemon, we're going to be able to knock them out with an Ice Shard quickly. I hope. Let's give it a shot. Why not? Let's try to go for the Drain Punch. Well, I love Bax. One of the many reasons why I love Bax. But good. Now, they may go for a Parting Shot here, or they just go for another... Oh, that's awesome. That's totally fine. Thank you for the +1. And now, especially if they do end with, what's its face? Lando. We're gonna be totally good. Yep, there's their berry. Isn't ideal, but we're gonna be fine. Downside is Scrafty ain't gonna be able to do much. Alright. Well, we're gonna go Protect on Bax. Let's go for the Drain Punch once more. Okay. So... yeah, we say goodbye. Well, excuse me. Hold on now. Good stuff. Well... about this, because they have the speed. So do I go for the Ice Shard into Ogerpon to try to get them down to a quarter? No, I don't think that that's going to be the smart thing to do, though. This is what we're going to do, is we're going to go for the Icicles. I'm going to go for the Scale Shot over there, and I'm going to swap into Scrafty. We're going to be able to get our... obviously Intimidates here, and then we're going to have Fake Out Pressure going into the next one, and then we'll have more Fake Out Pressure with Iron Hands in the back. So that Intimidate right there is going to be a big help. Apparently not big enough of one. So maybe I should have went with the Ice Shard. It's okay though. Again, we do have Fake Out Pressure, and they also will probably end up going down to a Fake Out too. So, we'll go into Flutter Mane here. Not going to be able to get any coaching off on this one though, but that's going to be alright though. Not a big deal. We're going to go, for a Shadow Ball over there. Yeah, let's go for a Shadow Ball over there, and let's go for the Fake Out over into that monstrosity right there. Not bad. We'll get some good damage over there. Hit the Horn Leech, they'll knock them out. It's okay. Now we got Iron Hands coming out. They would be able to give more fake out pressure. So here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to fake out over there on this one. And then I am going to go for a... I don't even think a knockoff would be able to knock them out. Especially since they've already eaten their berry. And they don't have a priority, so it's not like we can go upper hand. Still go for the fake out over there. And let's see what the knockoff is going to do. Good. Rough. They'll get knocked out for that. And Hand's actually hanging in there. Holy cow. Yeah, despite the fact that we're kind of misplaying the end of this one. We actually stand a chance here. I can't believe that. I know this is going to sound dumb, but they may go Spiky Shield on this one. So I'm going to go Fake Out again, and I'm going to go for the coaching on this one. They were going to try to knock us out. But nope. We are not going to do that, because then it would have come down to just one turn. Now, we're not going to get a move with him, unfortunately. But, in all honesty, that'll be alright. We'll be fine. Let's go for the Drain Punch. I don't know what the poison's going to do. Actually, hold on now. Hold on now. I think we're actually going to go for the poison. Main reason being, yes, they're probably going to go for a Cudgel, but if they're really looking for a little bit of heal back, that's going to stop the Horn Leech a little better. It's the only real reasoning behind that one. I just gotta hope that the 90 base power of Scrafty is going to be able to be enough to be able to take out Ogerpon here. Because here's the good thing, is it's going to take them 3 turns. You know? It's going to take them 3 turns to knock out. Because we have Sash. See, now here's the risk. Here's the rock, paper, scissors. Almost. Maybe not rock, paper, scissors. That's a bad analogy. But pretty much here, we can go knockoff, but if we do, we break our Sash. But if we try to call them going for a Spiky Shield, then that risks us still losing our Sash anyway. So, honestly, I think the best case scenario is going to try to go for the knockoff. If they go Spiky Shield, doesn't matter. We get the dub, baby. Oh, wow. Oh, we're going to be fine anyways. Holy cow, that defense. Let's go. And especially with Ogerpon at -1. I forgot about that. But man, that bulk there. Let's go. And to think this is max speed and max attack. So I'm surprised it actually survived that. But I am not going to complain at all. Good game. So even though Scrafty wasn't the biggest factor in any of those games, except for that last one where we ended up taking out Ogerpon, I still think we showed that Scrafty is a good Pokemon with a lot of great upside. I mean, having the ability Intimidate is always a great thing, as we've seen from a lot of other Intimidate Pokemon that people have been using. And plus, having moves like Fake Out and Upper Hand, which are great priority moves, to be able to make other Pokemon flinch, as well as a move like Coaching, which ends up helping your ally out by raising its attack and defense by 1 stage, it makes it a really great Pokemon to have on your team. Plus, having a move like Knockoff is really great too, because it ends up knocking off the item that a Pokemon's holding. And if a Pokemon's holding something like a Rocky Helmet, a Clear Amulet, or something like that, it's really nice to be able to get rid of that, and so your team can actually go to work on it too. However, I think we also did highlight some of the downsides to Scrafty as well, particularly the downsides to the move Upper Hand. Now, when Upper Hand was introduced, I thought it was going to be a really cool move, and one that might actually have some really good utility. However, even though Fake Out is pretty prevalent out there as well, you still need to guess when a Pokemon is going to Fake Out or when another Pokemon is going to use priority. And since there are some other Dragonite out there right now that don't have a Choice Band and can actually change up their moves, it's possible that they might see that you end up using Upper Hand quite a bit and that they end up changing their move. And if they end up using something like Aerial Ace, you're pretty much going to go down to at least Sash every time you're out there. But still, if you have an open slot on your Pokemon that Upper Hand would actually be able to fill, and you feel like taking some gambles and see if you can actually fake out some Pokemon that are trying to fake you out, you can always go with that. It's always a good time. Obviously, we didn't win any of our gambles today. However, if that's something that you enjoy, you can always end up going with that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the battles. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. We'll see you guys next time.